What's going on, big dog? How you doing, bro?
Good.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Impromptu as usual, always out and about, always trying to kick it and have a conversation with you guys and add value. We are at Little Caesars Arena, and we are heading in because the Lakers are playing the Pistons. Now, I don't expect for the Pistons to win tonight, but usually what happens is you come not just for the Pistons, but you also come because you want to see who the other stars are. And because there's West Coast teams that only come once a year, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start traveling to my games. I don't know if I'm going to renew next year. I always say that. Every single year I always say that I don't know if I'm going to renew. And then I wind up renewing. Sounds like the Pistons scored. We're a little late, but fashionably late as usual. Let me get in and then I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about shortly. Where you want to sit, Rudy? Yeah, that's cool. It don't make no difference. Or we can sit one of these seats right here. Yeah, that's cool. I'll sit right down. You can go ahead and get your food. I'm not renewing next year. I'm 100% positive. 100% well, let me revise that. I'm 99% positive that I'm not going to renew next year. You know why? Because I can't take it. We got the highest paid coach in the league. We on like a 14, 15 game losing streak. Can't buy a bucket. They over there running them boys out the building in our house. I don't know, maybe I'm just a basketball fan, but I should only be here for the, commingling and networking and stuff, but I just can't, man. Like, I can't justify spending all of the money that I spend on a yearly basis for season tickets, and they losing like that. It's crazy. But anyways, the thing that I really wanted to kick it with y'all about is I don't know how y'all women keep getting finessed. It's so weird to me. It is the weirdest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. How y'all continue to get played and get finessed. Every single year. Now, more often than not, but every single year, you get a new simp that show up on the scene that's looking to replace the Derrick Jacksons. We know that Boyce and them be simping, but Boyce and them, they don't get no traction because ain't nobody checking for them, right? But you get a new simp on the scene. And I'm going to go into it on a live stream tonight. And then they tell y'all what y'all want to hear. And if you go down in the comments, you see it's the same old, same old. Oh my God, I can't wait for my king. I'm waiting on a guy to come up and show up for me. I know God got mine and all of this other type of stuff. Yours is not coming. You know why? Because you have to be the thing that you are. You have to be the thing that you are and look to attract who you are in real life. So you can't pray for a great man and then expect for God to punish him by putting him with you. And a lot of women, they'll say, well, Anton, you just don't like what's going on, or you complain about the chicks and everything. That's not what it is. It's just that we just have to give you some truth serum. Look, when I tell my guys and I say, hey, fellas, you got to go ahead and level up. You got to be the best version of yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. Make sure that you take care of your business. If you need to, get a second job. Even though I'm telling them to do that for them, they don't complain about it. They understand it. And as a matter of fact, they seek it. They're drawn to accountability because society is going to hold you accountable whether or not you want it or not, right? There's a sink or swim mentality that comes along with it. And so it doesn't matter how much you coddle them or enable their bad behavior, it's not going to come with results, right? And they know this. And so they're naturally drawn to it. But when you start to have a conversation to hold women accountable, all of a sudden you start hating women. How? If the majority of the ones that work for me, if all of the people that I employ, I just did a series inside of the Patreon, and I started to question whether or not I had funded more women's businesses than men's businesses, because so many women had got funding as a result of being able to start their business just from me giving it to them, and I don't take no equity in it. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. But why is it that when you start to hold them accountable, then all of a sudden you hate them? No, I love you. And if I didn't love you, then I would just tell you what you want to hear. Similar to how a lot of these guys are basically telling you what you want to hear. They don't love you. They don't have your back. They selling you a product. They selling you a narrative. If y'all didn't learn from Derrick Jackson, you're not going to learn. And so I always question myself and I say, how are women so easily finessed? In the same way that the serpent beguiled the woman that then fed the fruit over to Adam. It's the same thing. It's no different. Y'all getting finessed because you want to be finessed. And you'd rather be told what you want to hear instead of being told the truth. And the truth is, you are what you attract. And the reason that you don't have the results is similar to the same reason that some men don't have the results when it comes to their finances, their life, and even the women that they're supposed to be surrounded by, because they are what they attract. And it's the same for you. But you continue to be beguiled all of these years later, and they continue to tell you what you want to hear, and you're not necessarily getting the results. You never got the results, and now we're more in a dire state than we've ever been as a community because you continue to remove yourself from accountability, which then yields no results. And so we just have to ask ourselves a question. When are you going to stop being beguiled? When you going to stop falling for guys that simp for you? Listen, simps don't help nobody. I'm talking about ladies right now. The guys already know it. And the guys that simping already know what I'm telling you is true. It helps nobody. It can't yield any results whatsoever. You're not going to get ahead. You may get a little bit out of it, but ultimately you're going to be left disappointed because they can't sustain the thing that they're selling you. And most times, it's just a finesse. They finessing you out of your bag. They finessing you out of your box. They may be buying a pud, but even the greatest simps know that you're going to patronize them based off of what they're selling you. The most difficult thing for a man to sell is truth. It's true. The most difficult thing for a man to sell is truth. You know why? Because that's not profitable. Me not telling you what you want to hear is not profitable for me. I'm more likely to be able to pitch a product, sell some merch, all of this other stuff, if I tell you what you want to hear. But because I believe in the community and I am a reflection of the thing that I advocate for, no, we don't go through rebrands. We just document the process. We have the conversation in truth, and we get to it. And so I'm taking time out of my day from watching my Pistons getting destroyed to sit here and have a conversation with you to show you and tell you the truth. And the truth is this. And it may not be the majority of y'all that hear this, but it's definitely going to be somebody. I pray to God that it's somebody that hear this and understand that they need to do things differently, and they need to start aligning themselves with men that then have their best interests at heart. The guy that sent for you, he the worst thing for the community because he's just enabling your bad behavior. He's not actually holding you accountable. Think about your father, right? If you had one in your life. If you had a father in your life, the best type of fathers was the ones that was hard, they were strict because they knew what was best for you. They chastised you because they loved you. And then they loved on you and they gave you context as to why it is they got on you because they didn't want you to get out here and fumble. But you came out here and fumbled anyway because you aligned yourself with this feminist narrative instead of aligning yourself with the narrative that your father had been teaching you. Now I come in a fatherly role and I'm continuing to have this conversation with you. What you gonna do? You gonna keep falling for the okie doke, or you gonna do the thing that's in your best interest? Listen, I love you. And because I love you, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I love you in real life. I may not know you, but I want the best for you, and that means I love you. Listen, I rock with y'all. Make sure y'all tap into the live stream tonight. It's gonna be an exciting one. I promise you we're gonna have some conversations. In the meantime, I'm gonna go over here, get a couple of little drinks, and then we gonna kick it. And then I'm gonna go back and watch a little bit of the game before I head back to the crib and have this live stream with y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm out. Peace.